welcome to Light Bites. What day is it? Friday. It's going to be another one of those streams. Welcome back to Light Bite, your Friday afternoon hour of creative nonsense. Hope you've all had a lovely week. I do introductions. That's what I do. Introductions. I will remember this one day. I need to write like a little script in front of myself to say, tell people who you are. That's all. Hi, my name is Cennamo-Smith. I am a fantasy and crime author and animator. Welcome to my weekly stream where we do something book related, either for myself, other independent authors, whatever we happen to be going on today. This is just a little bit of fun, a little bit of relaxation to have a chill creative time together. So yeah, welcome to Light Bites. As I said, this is the Friday stream today. It's going to be chaotic because it's always chaotic, because that appears to be the energy I bring in general. And exactly how prepared I am. You might notice there's a heart on the screen. And if you missed any of the previous Light Bite... What's this? Bin. I have a bin. I missed the bin. Oh well. Anyway, if you missed any of the previous Light Bite streams, do not worry, do not fret. They are available on youtube.com/Cennamo-Smith, my name, for VOD to go back and have a look at, and it's again more creative chaos, more creative energy. And what we are doing today is finishing off some bits and pieces mostly. So in the previous episodes, not last week because I happened to be on the border of Wales, wasn't in Wales, plans changed. got to the border. It's great. The border's lovely. Never cross it. I'm kidding. I'm sure Wales is lovely. I will go back again one day. Anyway, yeah, so away last week, so no stream. So yeah, what we're doing the previous 2 weeks, ignoring last week, was a romance cover for a friend of mine who is releasing her debut novel hopefully this year. You better be watching you. And yeah, we've been working on creating the cover for it. It's a novel called The Dating App. The way it's been described to me, I would say a romance novel. She doesn't consider it a romance novel. We can agree to disagree. It's her book. She can call it whatever she wants. I'm going to call it a romance novel for the purposes of advertising. What did I push? That's why I haven't been able to see anything properly on the wrong goddamn page. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so what we have been working on is her cover, and what we're going to do today is to continue to work on her cover because I finally had feedback. Oh dear. This is... Yeah, so we're going to finish this off. We had a go at following the original brief. Didn't really get it. Didn't really feel it then. Good afternoon, Flowers. How are you? How are you doing this fine summer's day? So yeah, we're finishing off this chaotic nonsense. Yeah. What mode are we in? Does it keep going? Oh, RGB, just for the sake of it. Do not merge. Let's make blacker than black. There we go. Now we can go back to Smart Object. So yeah, we're finishing off this. So, I had some feedback. She wanted a single splash of colour on this. If I have my phone, I can actually double check the brief. This is not just me checking my phone in the middle of a stream. That would be incredibly unprofessional. So it would be... So yeah. As with all great beasts, this one came with a little picture. There we go. Here's the brief we have for today. Finishing off this. So text, white background, logo in white, splat, and then text. So far we've got logo in black, which is fine just because I'm reading to see where it is at the moment. And then we've got here. I'm going to see if my damn text is working today, because for some reason a load of my fonts just stopped working and I couldn't figure out why. Everything's always mea culpa. Yeah, this is what we're sticking with. just do everything black for the time being. We can deal with it afterwards. She gave no comment on our take on a splatter effect. Does that look too flowery now? Well, that looks significantly too flowery. I forgot what font we carried on now. Making Dungeons and Dragons. Do we want to go with the splatter? She hasn't. She gave 0 feedback on the font. I'm wondering if she actually bothered watching the whole episode or just scanned through it. I like Goodnight London script. That's a nice one, but that's also one I use properly. Prestige. Nah. Oh, again, font searching is always thrilling. What are you? Script demo. No. Can't remember who made that one, but I will. Where's the? Oh, I've lost it already. Yeah, script demo. Oh, Scooby Doo. But it's not. Yeah, it looked like a beautiful one night stand novel. You know, I mean, by which I mean the kind that you put on your one night stand, not, you know. No, it's not going to be a couple of months. Again, it's probably not good with romantic fonts. What is a romantic font? Prestige. There we go. That'll do. It looks like Dirty Dancing a little bit as well. So, okay, let's have that there. Have a smaller version with it. So it's the nope. Pop it down here. Oh. Pop you up. I don't know. I really don't know why I like doing this, and I will figure out at a later date. But I think that fits. That looks quite nice as a unit. Okay, so. And then she wasn't. She made no comments on the milk splattered black background cover. And you know, no news is good news, I guess. No feedback is good feedback. Is that how that works? Yes, so you do the gallon of milk challenge. No, is that not right? Yeah. Or just that's still romantic. Yeah, you can have a romantic one night stand. I'm sure. Doesn't always have to be behind a bar. Well, here's the problem. I'm typing. I need to put the actual word. I think. What? Yeah, let's leave out a dot. I think. No, it's not readable in that. Century Gothic is nice, but might just leave it a Times New Roman for you, Flaz. I know you're a fan. That's not it. There we go. There's your fix of Times New Roman for today. I hope thou art satiated. Okay. Alright, now let me find my splatter effects. Where is my texture library? Where's my splatters gone? Where are you in paint? Paint splats. There we go. And then the teachers will go crazy for that. Good. Because the market we are aiming for is definitely teachers. Actually, probably not far off. Oh, that's... There we go. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Go on. We're meant to be. Let's focus on doing stuff. Let's get this right. Let's have kaleidoscope of color across there. There we go. And then the splatter can be on top. Should I darken that up a little bit? That's too much. What are we thinking? What's the difference between this and the last one? How that covered it in white and just assuming they went crazier than last time. I just covered this. Yeah. We've been requested a single splat. So just I like this one. So I'm just testing, checking through bang. That's what I say. Today is just like a tidying up stream, like finishing off some projects we had left over. That's so yeah. So it's going to be a much more chill stream than previously because we're just going through and seeing, kind of finishing off things and. These two need to be on top. Just getting things over and done with, basically. We really don't. Like I say, I've got. Yeah. This is the brief we received today. I don't have a. I need to set up a thing where I've got full screen. Yeah, this is our brief. I'll send that to myself. But actually, I can because it's on. Let's actually grab the brief. Okay, yeah. Messenger. Oh, yeah. Oh, load quicker. There we go. And does that docs anybody? No. There we go. This is the brief that we have received. So we got text, white background, logo in white, text, splab. Well, yeah, romance covers at the very least. I don't know how I don't say I don't know how well we'd fill it, but no, let's not start making those jokes. Right. I would. So we got that. Right. Let's give that a little bit of something to separate it, to push it out a little bit, make it pop a bit more than it does. We've got some chill tunes today. Oh, forgot to mention, for the sake of copyright stuff, if you enjoy the music, don't own any of it. It's all, here's the song and artist that's playing. It's all on Spotify. So check that out if you'd like to. I own none of this music. Am I concerned about copyright strikes? No. Should I be? Probably. I have received one so far, and my videos are apparently not being played in Russia, so woe is me? Maybe? Right. Should we? we could mix and match things a little bit. No. Let's just shrink that down. Again, it's basic and not very. It's basic, but maybe that is eye-catching to some people. Who knows? Let's find out. I doubt she'll respond, but just in case, I'm going to do what I did before. Send that on and see if we get feedback before the end of the stream. I'm having a hard time even considering my into cover. I actually like reflect their own authors, though they have to deal with less than ideal target demographic. Simple and sleek, yeah. Whereas sci-fi authors or sci-fi designs and fantasy covers can be a lot more elaborate, which therefore takes a lot more work. Think about one of these is did not. There we go. This one does not cover everything. I kind of want to add another splat to the background just for shizats and giggles. Maybe it's a little smaller because it feels a bit empty, for want of a better word. And then oops. And then just for, again, consistency's sake. There we go. That looks nicer. I don't know why, it just feels a bit more filled out. I got everything on the kitchen sink in my cover and it would still look cool. Sci-fi covers either need to be mind-bending or extremely cool. Yeah, I agree. White Space is really my favourite edition, but hey, all, you know, this Milk and Hearts, yeah, Milk and Hearts. Yeah, I'll say the white doesn't... Shall we try, for the sake of... Again, yeah, the white just... I don't know why. The white I am not in love with. I need to make sure everything's centralised. Oh, no, because that's... There we go. That's where it is. Okay. Name your layers. Very important to name your layers. Right. Let's try different shades of background, because she said like a beigey cream might be good as well. No. No, because then that kind of, yeah, the beige just makes that all kind of worse. A slightly darker grey background. Grey border will definitely fill the space. Let's try grey. Just a tinge. What do you mean, a grey border on the splatter? I'm with you. I'm with you. So, like, hang about. Oh, no, don't put that in the title. I think I saw what you're putting out one moment into shifting and plug and USB cables. USB cables everywhere. So yeah, that's really fine. So like those where it's like obviously significant. No, sorry, I'll just leave it at this. Something like this. Is that the sort of thing you and me? Again, I'm just put that together, duplicate it for the sake of. It gives it something more. You're right. Obviously, that looks crap, but it does give it more. We could, and again, I'm playing on the data. I'm still trying to connect this to the concept of a dating app. Give it like a phone-ish kind of, like a phone case sort of border. Maybe. That was a nice edit. Good. You're welcome. I'm glad it's. But yeah, I like that as a thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is going away now because. Ooh, what did I just do? You can go away. I could make it less scuffed. They probably could. What is my job again? 1 second, just for the sake of not doxing myself or loading anything that shouldn't be seen yet. Just turn off the screen. Oh, so do I have an example? No. Alright, I'm going to jump into a brand new program here and just fully test my computer's RAM. Yeah. Adding my spaceship design have so many user things just for the rule of coolness. Yep, that's fine. Okay, screen back on, and we are magically suddenly in Adobe Illustrator. And this is what we're going to do. So I want this to be width 5.5 inch by 8.5 inch, just for the sake of everything. Where's the center of this goddamn page? There we go. Okay, so here's what we got. This is our. Now we need to think like a romance novelist. What we want is, first of all, to get rid of the background because that's going to annoy me. Futuristic ships can have antennas. They don't need to be for the same sort of thing. It's like for shortwave radio. So that might not necessarily be a thing. It could be longwave intergalactic radio. Instead of DAB, like SAB. I don't know what DAB stands for. Digital stuff. What does now is not the time. If you're curious and you could tell me, that'd be great. What does DAB in radio stand for? I have no idea. I also don't know what FM stands for, but I understand that it has something to do with radio in general. Right. So let us see what exactly we can do here. This is now just playing around and trying to be artistic. So let's do something. This will all hopefully look slightly better. Come here. one. You go down one. There we go. No, that's not right. There we go. When was this story set? We could have this flip flop. We could. That's again. I have no idea when this story is set. Oh, come on. Come here. Okay. First off, let's. Where are you? That's what we need. Let's all to be. Go away. Oops. Didn't. No, that didn't do what I wanted it to. Let's now, just for the sake of making things right, Ashton, is this was just application. You're turning this into a dystopia. You're making this a dystopia, which is giving me other ideas. No, stop. I want you, and I want you, and I want you, and I want you. There we go. Right. Doing the same thing again over here. This is helping you learn some things about Illustrator as well, then that's also fantastic. Oh. Hang about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why are you all connected? There we go. Do not randomly connect yourself to my background. Message retracted. Oh. Was that you, or was that YouTube mods automatically getting that? What did you say? Can't scroll back and read. The properties. Are we making this too flowery? One, two, three. And, flip this that way. Come on, rotate. Where's the rotate axis?
actually making it real enough. I first saw this 1984 cover and then a dystopian book. Yeah, I have a copy of 1984 somewhere. I've got. That's Animal within arm's reach. Do I have 1984? There we go.
My copy looks significantly less dystopian, sadly. It's old. When was this printed? Hang on a second, was this printed in 1984? This was printed in 1983. That's how old this version of it is. Yeah, George Orwell was good. What happens if I delete that? That's fine, I don't need those for now. I'm really curious to know what message I missed, because... You're just starting your book obsession. Think about. Yeah, I've got books. I'm just going to move. I've got to move a screen out of the way, and this is my current to be read list. Sitting within arm's reach. Currently sitting one day is Animal Farm, because I've seen the films but never read it. The Egyptian Book of the Dead for research purposes. Shansu, works to show that this is all sitting on my desk to go next after I finish Call of Cthulhu. And then there's Bookshop, and yeah. Oh, just for I can probably go over this without doing too much. Most of those have been read. Most, I think. There we go. There I am, back in the middle of it. Yeah, I also have. Yeah, the H.G. Wells sci-fi set that I picked up to read. Yeah. Animal Farm. I've again seen the films. This is looking too flowery. Yeah, I've seen the film, and obviously I know the concept of Animal Farm, but wait, undo that. Yeah, I've never actually read the book, so I wanted to sit down and do that properly. Oh, why must you? Stop making lines that are not needed. Thank you. Yeah, I think these bits might be a bit too flowery. What did we go with? Maybe we don't need the border. This second border. For the sake of this, if we can turn off that. Okay, let's not do that yet. Let's come here. Group. there and leave that there so it stands out a little bit more. And turn that off. See, turn off our fancy border. Let's do smart pixels. Come on. Now, strangely the crap one looked better. We need something. You're right. It needs something. Let's go back and forth. Let's have a look at whilst we're here, just for the sake of curiosity. Let's have a look and see what the sort of other thing we're working at. And here's the problem with romance covers in general that I find. They all have people on the front. They all have lots of people and they're all very rarely wearing clothes. Which means I now have to delete my browsing history. Romance. Novel. Covers, sans, people. Let's see. No, every single room, even when you look for them without people, we've just got scantily clad people. They've all got, again, bright colours. This is the problem I found in my research when I was comparing this. We need a... Maybe again, we don't need the floweriness of it all. We can just have... We need a background that pops. Let's try this. Let's go for a nice kind of blue. And this one, continuous. Let's pick another, like a nice green. And just continue. Fine, I gotta do. I thought I could just skip that. And then maybe a nice green. I can't tell if that's different. And then instead of this, let's have like a nice, like a pastel pink background. More pastel. Just no, not too pastel. It needs to pop a little bit. Oh, the trials and tribulations of being incognito mode is always an option. You're correct. Okay. Or maybe so we need the background needs color. White just isn't working. Let's change you to our color theory. Yeah. I should never have shown you the milk stains. Right, and then pale pink, and we're just going to give the splatter, I think, a soft outline. And then maybe the font, we can make that white. Though I think we will also need to give that the edging to make it. Nope, not the whole group. Title needs
just something. Because I think the problem is it's the plain background is not doing it,
and I'm not sure about those splatters or the colour effect on it.
Does this need to be toned down? Is that too... Right, because
this is irking me.
This is irking me a lot. Where's the colour picker tool? Well, am I doing that? I know the shortcut for it. Okay. That's it. I'm generally just gonna... I like that colour, and when you're colourblind, this is how you find colours you like. Because I cannot, for the life of me, work out what that is. Goodbye. There we go. That stands out more. That makes it... Because again, I think the problem is with
the white background. So we can mess around with the splatter colours, but the white background just makes it pass by the eye. If I saw a book with a white cover, I personally wouldn't stop and look at it. That may also be because I mostly read fantasy and sci-fi, and we're used to elaborate covers. But for some reason, like a darker, bolder colour really stands out. We're going to stick with that. Yeah, to me that stands out a little bit more. I really don't like the white cover. No, now I'm questioning the splatter effect. Do we need that? Do we need that fancy border? Maybe no. Maybe the fancy borders going to. If it was a more I was about to say a period romance, but if I say period romance, you know what I mean. We're not playing that game. So, yeah, if it was more of a period romance, I think the border would work. But since this is meant to be relatively modern, I don't think that stands out. That fits. I will send this though, because I think that kind of pops a little better. Well, why did my phone autocorrect pops to PSP? But it did not correct the word the. Currently having technical issues here. I did something and I'm confused. What did you do? What have you broken? This is not tech support, but I can give it. Have you gone into incognito mode? Are you looking up your own romance novels? Let's have a look at these colours. You need colours that kind of stand out a bit better. I've just generally made it the same colour it was. Good work. Actually, I don't think it needs the... I don't think it needs the edging with that now. I need a higher definition splatter. But that's about it. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Let's pop. Let's see. Check. Apart from going out and getting some paint and slamming out some paper, I need to find a nice good splatter. like that.
Are you okay, Flowers? What was your technical issue? Feel free to drop it in the Discord if you need help. Just Google something. And again, I'm using this now because I'm going to use this now because I linked up Google, but that is, as you can see, clearly licensable. Be gone? Nope. Yeah, it's fixed it. But anyways, the cover has taken a drastic turn. I don't know when you disappeared, but yeah. I was looking for a higher definition splatter, so I've just temporarily nicked something off. Why did you do that? Why would you do that? Why do you... One second. Let's faff. We want the darker bits to go darker. And the colour to still pop. And this is how, you didn't watch me do this, but that is how you remove, for the most part at least, that is how you remove the splatter, the watermark from a product. Looks like vomits. That green is so bad. Yeah. Again, that kind of looks a bit better, I think. And again, that is a licensable image that I do not own, that I will make my friend pay for if she likes it. Just browsing through some nice. You must pay for these kind of color splatter effects. If we find the one that she likes, we can say, hey, here's the link to it. Right. Yes. One. Copy image. Paste the image. Ah. Thank you. Ignore that. Yeah. Yeah. The watermarks are only a problem for the moment. Yeah, no. Yeah, I need ignoring the horrific. Okay, let's Let's get rid of those. Let's go back to my splatter and let's just change that colour. Let's give that a nice kind of red better. Or just white. Where's yellow? Yellow is 60, straight in the corner, okay. Well, again, I need some higher definition splatter effects, I think. Because although I actually don't mind that, it kind of has like a little butterfly look to it. I might suggest that one to her and get her to pay for it. Because, yeah, it's a free service. Let's see. I'm just going to keep sending images to her and hope at some point she responds. I doubt it, but I assume either working or doing something else work related. Anyway. Not sure. Not sure. Again, the problem is finding the right size. We could have those. We could have those when we make. We can still use those to make the milk stain. There we go. Perfect. That looks horrific. Oh, what have I done? It's absolutely horrific. That doesn't look too bad. She definitely would not let me get away with that, but that does look terrible. Oh, dearie me. Gonna send her that and see what she says. So the goal is here now to just to spam her with images until she responds to any of them. Hey ho. Yes, you can read romance for the So let's cut to the chase. That's again every single romance novel I just googled had a bloke with his top off. So we know what romance novelists are after. They're good they're there for the page turning. Euphemistically speaking, they're just having a good flick through. Reading the book as well. One would hope. That's questionable. I'm just kind of staring at that in awe of why. Yeah. We'll see. I have other ideas, but they involve a photo shoot. Not saying anything more than that. I'm going to leave that entirely to your imagination because it's clearly very twisted. I actually don't hate. Strangely, like I don't hate that too much. And it also gets rid of the watermark, which is fine. Let's turn that back, I guess. I'm where I did this and I'm doing it again, which probably looks. No, you go over heart. but if we put that back on, we can just fade that down a bit. Let's leave that as it was. Let's leave this black. Strangely, it pops more. What's that? Work with a cousin for no. Just watch Twilight with your cousin for no particular reason. But I want to make fun of romance, and Jesus, I wasn't sure if the amount of stripping they do. Yeah, just. Yeah, Twilight is questionable in general. Worst portrayal of vampires. Full stop. Hey, we can mock the woman all we like. She did well off those books, so I don't know if she's written anything since. Oh no, there was was it called The Host? Stephanie Meyer's The Host? Is that a thing? I can't even spell her name. Stephanie Meyer. Stephanie Meyer, what is she? She's famous for, yeah, she wrote Twilight and The Host. And I don't know if she's written anything else since. She's 50? Jesus Christ. Did not expect that. Was Twilight written? You know, Twilight was written in 2005. So 20 years ago. She was in her 30s when she wrote Twilight. That's better. Well, for some people that quite is. Yeah, 70 miles is 51. Spit take, there you go. I'm not actually going to spit on my screen, that would cost especially since I've got Pepsi. Crikey. Well, on that bombshell. Lovely to see you, Flans, as always. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for your help. Thank you for making this as inappropriate as possible. I entirely blame you for all of this. And so I will remember to do my outro properly this time. Again, I will still forget every time to do an intro, but I will try and do an outro for anybody who happens to catch the end of the stream. I will be back. I'm not back next Friday, because once again I am away. We have. So I am here next Friday. No, wait. No, not here next Friday. I'm here the Friday after that, and then the next several in a row. Yeah, so I'm not back. There will be no light back next week because I'm away. There'll be some more coming up, but then across the entirety of summer, pretty much, Lightbite is going to be changing. For the basic reason that school is closed, and I have a tiny human, and I can guarantee I will not be able to do this with a tiny person running back and forth, most likely wanting to come and join in. So what we are going to be doing, we have a project coming up. Across the last week of July and the entirety of August, Lightbite is no longer going to be on Friday nights. What it is going to be is every evening, UK time between 11 PM and 1 AM. So whatever your local time is in comparison. And we're going to be working on an actual animation, from modelling to hopefully some animating every night for effectively 30 days. So 2 hours of animation every night for 42 days. And that's what we're going to go for. Hours are incredibly effective for some reason.
I'm not getting my kit off you. You've got to pay the premium for that. That's what the Patreon's for. Speaking of which, I have a Patreon. Does not involve any nudity as of yet. If that's something that you want, then message me. No, I have a Patreon. The link is below. There is a monthly series, The Rat King of London, which is coming to a conclusion in 2 weeks. The final episode is out. There is a new series starting, a noir crime series called Insecticide, that will be starting in August. And there is a monthly short story as well, along with some updates and behind the scenes stuff. Stuff that I don't hear. It's all nothing inappropriate in the slightest, compared to this, at the very least. But if you would like to show any support, that would be appreciated. You get access to pretty much everything from the lowest tier, but if you go for the top tier, you also get every ebook I've ever published, and there is a new one coming out next month. So if you want to get your hands on 4 ebooks, immediately sign up in July and treat yourself. It's a nice summer reading for you. So yeah, I have been Cennamo-Smith. This has been my YouTube channel. You underestimate how inappropriate my sense of humour is. You could show me a drawing shaft and I'll be laughing like a madman. I'm not drawing you a shaft. Nor am I drawing you a Kojak. I'm curious if you get that joke. Anyway, thank you. My name is Cennamo-Smith. Links below to everything. Patreon, Instagram, wherever. Come find me. Come say hi. Discord is open to anybody, everybody who wants to come and have a long. Thank you for being here. I have to go and do housework now before getting back to work. I'm just going to leave this on my screen for the rest of the day, just so anybody walking past can question it. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you not next Friday, but the Friday after. Take care of yourselves and have a lovely day. TTFN. Where's my out screen?